been here for a decade?
10th season.
10 seasons.
Correct.
It's a pretty long time. You've had a lot of success with this team. You guys are back at it again. Can you kind of just talk with us about what you're excited about for this team this year?
Well, I think there's a new look to the team. I think we've got a lot of newcomers. I think we've got some influential transfers. We've got some freshmen that have really stepped up right away. And it's really been about bringing it together. We've had two real difficult preseason scrimmages with Butler and Louisville. I think it's really shown us who we are right now. And so I think really this preseason's given us a great look on really who we'll be on the field, and really our identity is shaping up quite nice.
So when you talk about team goals, what are some of the things that you're sharing with your team right now, what you guys are going after this year?
The last year was actually the most offensive threat we've ever had. We scored the most goals, and we actually faced the least amount of shots that I've done in the last 10 seasons. And so, you know, what we're looking for now is to just build upon that. We want to become more prolific in the final third. I think we want to become a little bit more of that old, gritty identity defensively. A little bit more than maybe we were just even last year, and it was solid. But I think at times last year we were just very not disciplined enough in moments, and it cost us. And we want to eliminate those this year. But I think just we want to be as good as we can on both sides of the ball, and really show people who you see, are moving forward.
How special is it having a two-time defending, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year on your team back again?
Ashley's arguably one of the best defenders I've coached here at UC, and that says a lot when you're talking about Vanessa Gilles and where she's at today and what she's accomplished. And Ashley is a high-character young woman. She's intense. She's a competitor, and she raises the standard within the program, even academically. I think she's a defender of the year or a player of the year, but I think she's also a 4.0 student. So it really speaks to who she is on and off the field. But she leads by example. I think kids look up to her. And again, I've always said, if my daughter's half the woman Ashley is, I'll be a proud dad.
You guys worked really hard to get to this moment. It's not just arriving here and playing. You guys put so much in. How much do you look forward to the first week and kind of just getting back into action?
I think there's just always an excitement, right? I mean, we always feel like preseason's almost like Christmas morning. But I think, again, our kids are dying to express themselves, and we're ready to express ourselves against NKU tomorrow night. It's going to be a real challenge, the local derby, as we'd say, that riverboat rivalry. Again, it wasn't that long ago, us at NKU, we had the highest attendance for a women's Division I soccer game in the state of Ohio, with almost 5,000 people a few years ago. So I think the game brings excitement. The kids know each other quite a bit from playing on local high schools or clubs or what have you, and so there'll be a lot in the game. And I don't think this is the type of game where it doesn't matter where people are in their standings or their national rankings or whatever. It's a real gritty game. So I think coming out of the gate, it'll really give us a good sense of who we are.
You're returning Ashley and Vanessa, both preseason all-conference team selections. Talk about what it is like to have those two returning ahead of this upcoming season, and what it means for the leadership.
Yeah, I think from an example, right? Like, we've got freshmen that are going to make an impact this year, and when you have players like Vanessa, who I think last year was maybe one goal shy of the Golden Boot for the conference. Those freshmen look up to those types of players who lead by example. And Vanessa's just getting better and better every year, and I know that she wants to have a career after UC to continue playing. And I guess I've already spoken about Ashley and what she brings, but I just think it's always good for these younger players to have players to look up to, and again, on and off the field. Within the community also.
You're a fantastic player. You're coming off, a couple of defensive awards, obviously back-to-back years. How excited are you for this year and what it brings for this team?
Yeah, I'm super excited for this year. I know how hard my teammates and I worked over the summer. This preseason has been something different than I've ever experienced here. So what we're about to go into is this is such a good season. We're all very dedicated, disciplined. We're all so intentional with everything we've been doing. So it's going to be a really good season.
How hungry is this team? You look at the preseason polls and where you're picked to finish and all that. You guys use that as motivation at all, and where does that motivation come from?
We absolutely use it as motivation. Our conference has a lot of good soccer programs. battle. Nothing against that at all, but I do think our team, with how we finished last season and what we had planned to do, it didn't go as we wanted. So I think everyone's coming in with a bit of vengeance. Even the freshmen, with how we've been talking to them about what happened, about our plans and what we want to do for the seniors, the grads, everyone, the coaches who've been here, doing everything. We all have a lot we want to play for this season.
What are some of the messages you guys have inside the team, or Coach Neil Stafford has, about what you guys want to be about this season?
Well, the biggest thing for us right now is making it intentional with the little things, the big things, everything in between, recovery. Everything we're doing right now is extremely intentional with the end goal of winning the conference championship, so that's really it right now.
So you and Vanessa have obviously been teammates for your last 3-4 years. Talk about what it's like, those preseason all conference selections. Talk about what it's like when you guys embracing that leadership role for this team.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but it's one that we both take on with a lot of pride. I think being able to bounce ideas off of her, being able to have someone on each end of the field with different leadership qualities who bring different things to the field is super important. I think we both try our hardest to fill those roles in the best ways we can, but I do think at the end of the day, we won't be where we are without our teammates. They push us every day. They make us better players, better people, and that's all we can really ask for.